coming at you from Fairy Glen in Canyon Lake. This is my little spot I've chosen. I've tied off, and no matter how tight I get this, I still keep drifting. There's a message in that. You may think you're tied up closely to something, but if you don't pay attention, pretty soon you're drifting off. And I do have these branches that are like attacking me from behind. So watch your back, people. I don't know, there's something about that too. I'll hear it later. I put out a couple of videos this morning. I was just goofing around, and Liger, my cat, you know, he's my best friend. Well, Lily's my best friend too, but Liger likes to sleep with me under the blankets, and I was working on my page, and Liger wants under constantly. He's like, he's got this little tiny voice, and he wants under, and he likes to hang out underneath the blanket fort with me. So I let him in. I'm like, fine. So he gets under, I get him all comfortable, and he takes over everything completely. Puts his hands on me, he pushes me to the side, and I'm like kind of scrunched underneath there. And I finished up, and I thought, okay, I gotta get moving here. I gotta get outside before the lake starts rocking. As it is, even in this little cove, it's rocking. So I say to him, okay, and I look over at him, and he's so comfortable, I didn't want to disturb him. So I started kind of like rubbing my foot on him just to give him a little bit of attention, and he bit my leg. He freaking bit my leg. I'm like, okay, seriously? He's half lion, half tiger. That's what a Liger is. So then I go out on the patio, and I send a little video off to my best friend in Wisconsin, because she got me an early birthday present, and it was a ninja. And so I make this ninja shake, and I love it, and I take it outside, and I'm like, thank you so much for this, and I'm talking to Lily. I'm trying to figure out what animal totem we're supposed to work with, and then Liger comes outside again, and I'm talking to him about what a bully he was, and how he bit his best friend. And I think to myself, I wonder if there's a Liger totem, because a Liger is a real animal. And here comes the waves. Geez, right when I said that, that's interesting. So I looked it up, and there is just a little bit on Liger, but I thought it was really, I think it's cool. So I have an animal totem message for my best friend. And so basically what a Liger is, it's a combination of, see, I'm drifting. Even though I felt like I was so tied up, it's moving. Amazing. I'm just watching, I gotta show you guys this. This grandpa, and he's got his grandson in the canoe, and they're fishing. And this is a catch and release. You're not allowed to hurt the fish. Well, I consider it hurting them, but they're not allowed to kill them anyway. So he's floating around in that canoe. It's cute. The little guy looks like he's no more than 2. His life jacket's bigger than him. So anyway, I wrote down a few things about Liger, and it's a hybrid animal. And basically it's a crossbreed between a male lion and a female tigris. And clearly this doesn't happen in the wild because they live in completely different locations. So the only Ligers that have been bred in captivity. Although experts say that it's highly likely that they would mate if they were living in the same spot, but they've been kept in separate areas. Message in that. So at this moment, that spot has yet to happen. The combination of coming together of the lion and the tiger naturally, because their environments are different. So in the wild, Ligers are the biggest cats in the world. They are the biggest cats in the world. And you look at Liger, my cat, it's a perfect name for him. And I never even realized when I named him that, that's what it meant. I knew that a lion was a magical, mystical creature. If anybody's watched Napoleon Dynamite, that's where I got from that movie. And half lion, half tiger, because I looked at him and he's got the tiger stripes, but he's got the long hair like the lion. And but he's a Maine Coon. He is the biggest cat. So I thought, how fitting that your higher self knows something, you know, before. Our higher self knows a lot of stuff before our conscious mind gets it. It's been years, you know, he's 10. So it took a long time for me to figure out the true meaning of what the Liger was, as far as my cat goes. And that's another message for myself. So what the Liger does is it takes unique characteristics from each parent. From the mother, the tigress, the Liger likes to swim. She likes to swim and he likes to swim. Now the father is very sociable, so he takes after that as far as the father. So the fact that this animal creation does not naturally happen, it speaks about creativity, which is interesting because our reading speaks about this today too, and it doesn't. Because this is like a creation of nature, it asks you these questions. What is it that you would like to create? What is it that is a crossing or a blending of ideas, or a blending of 2 different situations or 2 different people? because you're bringing two together, right? Two different breeds together, two different types together. Will your idea, where will your new idea work? This is a new creative idea that you have. So where is it going to work? Who is it going to benefit? And is it going to help you? And what is it that you want to create? Bringing these two together. So these are the questions. It's not a lot that comes together from Liger. But I've seen, and I'm sure we've all seen, videos of tigers swimming in the river. They love swimming. I love swimming. I am the tigris. And the lions are the communicative. You know, they're the ones that lead the pack. And so you kind of have to look at the different animal characteristics of both of the creatures in order to understand what the totem messages are. So I just thought that would be kind of fun for me to use Liger as a totem today. So I did. The deck that we're going to be using today, I asked, I thought I had something in mind, and I just went and, sorry, I'm looking off into the lake, it's so pretty. I just grabbed the first deck that was actually, it was kind of like sticking out of my case. It was one I don't use that often. It's a very simple one. And I thought, okay, we're keeping it simple, which is interesting because that's also one of the messages that we're getting. So the deck that we're using is the Magical Unicorns, and it's by Doreen Virtue. And I just dropped all of my cards all over the place. So while I pick them all up, how interesting. Okay, well, I think it's because they want me to feature the first card, which I wasn't going to feature this card first, but it fell down face up, and all the other ones were face down. So clearly this is the one that Spirit wants us to focus on first. All right, so how do I do this? I think I'll go over here. Love heals fear. I love this. Now there's a cougar, and they've got the white unicorn, white purity, goodness. The power of your love can help bullies and angry people be less afraid. Love heals fear. Okay. So you think about people in a position, you know, I'm thinking about even people in a position of authority, like at work, people that have a lot of responsibility. Oftentimes they'll come across angry, or they'll come across dictatorial? Dictatorial? I can't think of how you say that word. But they're asking you to look at the fact that people that are angry or come across angry are actually afraid of not doing things right, or maybe they're afraid of getting in trouble. So they come across angry. So when you meet someone, you know, an angry person is a bully. Like I'm thinking about Liger. Oh my God, that's the perfect message. So Liger, he seems like a bully, but he's actually a chicken. He's actually really, really shy, and he's afraid of being hurt. He knows I'm not going to hurt him, but I think it's like a knee-jerk reaction because of something that happened to him. Like I said before, I think I've talked to you guys about this before. Something happened to him when I left him, and I don't know what it was that happened, but he was hurt and he was scared. So his natural reaction is to strike out. So they're asking you to be loving. I mean, I don't hit him. I don't get mad. Like I said, hey, you know, and I pulled away and I said, that wasn't cool. Not nice for you to treat me that way. I didn't do this to you, you know, whatever happened. But I had to understand that somebody did. Somebody hurt him. So they're asking us to be understanding and recognize that, you know, nobody wants to be angry. Nobody wants to be a bully. And we can heal the anger or this fear inside of somebody by acting lovingly towards them. It doesn't mean that you should allow yourself to be bullied, but you have to understand compassionately what's going on, and you can send loving thoughts to this person or to this situation. I mean, you need to also, love heals fear for yourself, so think about it yourself. You also have to send loving energy to yourself, right? And also you have to keep yourself safe from people that are angry. So you call upon Spirit to, you know, especially Archangel Michael, because he's the one who cuts cords, negative energy. Yesterday I was floating out in my little cove doing a meditation, and I posted the video. I wanted privacy. I felt like being alone yesterday, and I knew that I needed to cut cords with the negative energy. So I go over there, and I'm floating in the bottom of my canoe. It's all tied up. I put myself in a little cove, and here comes this boat full of party people, and they're like, hey, you want a beer? Wake up, wake up. And I'm thinking, God, come on, seriously? I mean, can you not see that I'm here by myself? I mean, there's one person in this canoe, one set of legs hanging over. I want to be by myself. And I got really annoyed, you know? And I put my hand up, and I swear they thought I flipped them off at first, and then they laughed because I threw them a peace sign. I'm like, hey. And they're like, oh, okay, you want a beer? And I'm like, no, I don't want to play with you. You know, my legs are hanging over the edge, but I don't want to play with you. Thanks. So at that time, I could have come across angry, and I could have attacked, and I could have, you know, they were annoying. But I thought, you know what, they're having a good time, and so it's all in perspective, right? So I asked for a shield. I said, look, I don't want to be disturbed. I want to be left alone. I don't want to be hanging out with these party people. That's not my scene. That's not what I want. So I asked for a shield. So they're saying, call on Archangel Michael and ask for a shield of protection for you. If you feel afraid, if you feel like there's bullies around you, if you feel like you're being pushed, because they were acting like bullies. You know, there was a whole boat full of these guys, and I guess they figured, you know, I'm by myself, and they were just going to kind of push their intentions on me, and it was inappropriate. I guess they figured, oh, it's just this girl, you know, and I don't know, maybe they thought they were hot and they could get the attention they wanted, and I was like, no, you know, you're disrespectful. So I asked for a shield to be put up, and I asked for them to recognize, you know, there's boundaries. Don't cross over people's boundaries. And so when other people are crossing your boundaries, you can understand, yes, maybe this is what's going on with them, maybe they are a bully, maybe there are reasons for them being a bully, but you don't have to allow yourself to stay in that position either, and you don't have to... You do need to take care of yourself, and you do need to ask for protection for yourself and put up a shield. You can put your own shield up around yourself, right? So there's a couple of different messages, a few different messages that come out in that message. Okay, so that that seems to be emphasis, probably because I was just talking about Liger. And now this is funny, after what I just said, because this one is light. See the light, look how used this card is. Oh my gosh. All my decks are so old. You know, I use them all, and I'm on mountains and rocks and sand, and it's worn off all of the words. But what it says is, see the light within yourself and everyone else. So everybody has light. We're all beings of light, right? We all come from spirit, and we all have goodness in us. So they're asking us to look for the good in us and other people. So maybe those guys weren't obnoxious jerks. Maybe they just wanted to play. Maybe they were trying to be friendly. Maybe they figured I was lonely. I don't know, you know. But whatever the situation is, they're saying, you know, everybody has a beautiful light within them. So try to look at them and see the best in them, you know. Like as I was laying there, I got annoyed, and then I thought, okay, they're just trying to be friendly, so all right, you know. So there's that. You have to try and see the light in everyone, because everyone does have it. There is a light within us all. We have a beautiful snowy egret flying at us. Gosh, I love them. See how pretty, so pretty. I will never tire of the beauty of nature. This is my favorite thing in the entire world. I get choked up when I think about it, you know? I totally do, because my two favorite things in the world are animals, which I guess that's nature. Nature and music are my two favorite things. And it moves me. It's so beautiful. Here comes another. The snowy egret, the egret. Oh, I've spoken about them so many times, so I won't talk about them, but... Oh no, that's a little swallow. The swallow, the harbinger of spring. Now I do have to say something about the harbinger of spring, then we'll go back to the light. When you see one swallow, that is it's kind of like a forerunner or a scout that's coming to check things out. But when you see more than one, it's like when the swallows return to San Juan Capistrano, which is like over the hill from where I live. I live over the Ortega Mountains is, Laguna Niguel and Ladera Ranch and San Juan Capistrano. It's all right there. So when the swallows return, everybody knows that spring is here and summer's on its way. So we have been seeing several. They're all over the place. They're fishing. So definitely we're here, which means new beginnings, right? So it talks about the new beginning is here. It's already here even if you don't see it. Okay, so now I just had to throw that in there because I'm in love with the swallows. They're so cute. They've got their little fin tails, and they dive down into the water, and they're such cheeky little birds, you know. They're beautiful, and yet they're strong and aggressive, and they go after their fish. It's amazing. I just watched Dove, Peace, Harmony, Prophecy. I gotta stop. I'll just keep finding other animals to look at. So the light, we're talking about seeing the light in other people. But it also talks about when they're talking about focusing on light right now, it might be that there's somebody in your life that is in a difficult situation that needs to be surrounded with light. They could be in a harsh environment and they need protection, extra spiritual protection. So as I have said before, and like I said, don't take this on if it doesn't align with you, but wrap this individual in your life in your favorite color. Well, you can clearly see what my favorite color is, turquoise, right? So, like as I said, I always wrap my twin and myself in turquoise light, always have. So wrap your loved one or yourself, whatever the situation is, in your favorite color. Or you can choose the certain colors. Green is for protection. For healing. Let me think, the colors. Green, purple light is, which kind of like an indigo light, is to help for better sleep. See, here comes another swallow. Oh, I love you. Love, love, love. They're so beautiful. So purple light. If they're having a difficult time, maybe they're having nightmares. So that would be a really good thing if you have children who have nightmares. They don't understand, and it doesn't matter that nightmares aren't actually what we think that they are. They all have different meanings. When you're a little kid, or even when you're an adult, you know, I've woken up from a nightmare, and it's taken me probably 45 minutes to calm my heart down. And it's interesting because my heart would be racing. I was so upset at what I'd seen. I was so distraught because Spirit had used, or my higher self had used my grandson as the character in my dream, and it was a horrific scene that I saw. Now, it represented something completely different, and I was so upset, and I was talking to, I think I was talking to my mentor at the time. It was a long time ago. It might have been my higher self. I can't think. And I was saying, I was trying to calm down. I think I was just talking to a friend, and what's wrong? And I said, I got to get this out of my head. I was crying because I saw Trey, you know, in this, what had happened to him, and actually Trey had represented the love of my life, and in this situation, and I was just distraught watching it. And they said, you know that it's not what you think it is. You know that break it down. What does it mean? Work through the dream and recognize the true meaning of it. And even my twin had said to me, Sherry, if it's happening right now, it's prophetic. If not, it's symbolic. So clearly what I was being shown was symbolic. And yet my heart was just like boom, boom, boom. So as an adult, even though I am very educated on dream analysis, I still had those feelings, and it was upsetting. So if you are having difficulty sleeping, or you're having these type of visions or dreams, or a little one is, wrap yourself or wrap your child in purple light, or ask when they go to sleep that they're encased in purple light, so it helps them, so that they're able to sleep properly. I like that. Here comes another party boat going flying by. Okay, so the next message, I'm gonna let you guys look around. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna go upload this, and then I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna swim. I haven't been in the water for so long. I told you I was the tigris. I love swimming. Gosh, it's just beautiful, and it's not as wild as it was yesterday. It's been really, really crazy on the water. So the emotional waters are calming down. That's a message. It's been windy, which is the wind of change. Remember, we said when the winds are whipped up, that's when there's creativity happening, and when things are calmed down, that's when things are starting to kind of play out. So right now, things are starting to play out. So it's a good sign for us, for all of us that have been going through something. Okay, so this next message is talking, now this is interesting too, as we were just talking about sleep. You'll know in the morning. See this girl on this horse, and it says when you wake up, you'll have a better idea of what to do. Relax until then. Look at the color. Isn't that interesting? Purple. Even her dress is a shade of indigo purple, right? The color that you want to wrap them in if they're having a difficult time sleeping, or if you're not sleeping through the night, or nightmares, or maybe you're stressing out and you need to sleep. You're not sleeping because you've got worries on your mind. These are all, I love how Spirit flows and connects with my head. My Father knows how I will look at things, and how I will relate things together, how I will interpret things. It's funny, somebody said to me this morning, wow, is that what that meant? And I said, it's what it meant to me. And she says, wow, you're so much more tuned in. And I said, it's just that my Father knows how I read things, right? And so he makes sure that and I'm always looking. That's the truth. I'm always watching, and I'm always paying attention. I'm very, very conscious of everything that goes on around me, the details. And so, but my Father knows how I think. And so he gives me what he knows I'm gonna understand. So what they're talking about is, maybe there's a situation in your life that you're feeling unsure of. Okay, you're stressed out, or you're worried. You're not quite sure how this is going to work out. You're trying maybe to find the perfect answer, and you can't find the right answer. It seems to be eluding you. And what they're saying is, the more you try and go after the answer, the more it's going to elude you. So when your brain is just full like that, there's too much going on. They're asking you to just kind of step away from it. Rest on it. sleep on it. You know how people always say that? Sleep on it. That's what it is. It's like, let it go for right now. Your answer is right there in front of you. You're just not able to see it right now because you're too stressed out and you're too focused. Maybe you're trying too hard to find an answer, right? It also is talking, since they're talking about in the morning, and they talked about, and it's wrapped in purple, and we know that that's about nighttime. Maybe they're going to bring you an answer to whatever the dilemma is, or help you figure something out while you're sleeping in your dream time. And you don't have to remember your dreams. I spend a lot of time up in the middle of the night because I do dream analysis, and I am trying to read my dreams constantly, so I'm up several times in the middle of the night writing down my dreams and analyzing them. I shouldn't probably do it, but I have to right now. There's things that I'm needing to figure out. So I just got to listen to my own advice. But here comes another swallow. Hi, you little. So what they're saying is, even if you don't remember, you're saying, well, I don't remember my dreams. Well, you don't have to, because your subconscious will remember it, and it will come to you in a different way. Like I said, my Father knows how I will interpret things. Well, He knows how you will interpret things as well. So if you don't remember it in your dream, He'll bring it to you in a different form so that you get the same message. Maybe you'll get it in a song, maybe you'll get it in a post, maybe you'll get it, somebody will say something to you. Who knows? There's all kinds of different ways. You know, He knows how to, He's our dad, right? So who knows you better than your dad? He knows what's going to make you understand it. So whatever comes up at this time is going to help you come up with a happy, positive solution. This is going to be in your highest good. I got to tell you something about my hair in a minute too. It's interesting. So right now they don't want you to worry about it. Don't stress on it if you can't figure it out. If you haven't got the answer right now, it's okay. Let it go. It's going to come. And trust it's going to be there when you wake up in the morning tomorrow. You'll have something else. And if you don't have all of the answer, you'll at least have partial answers to the questions, or maybe you'll have an idea of which direction to go. My arm is so sore from holding this. I wonder if the GoPro, you still have to hold those though, don't you? So it doesn't make any difference. It's hard holding this thing all the time. So they want you to let it go in the meantime. And the next message that we're talking about is simplicity. And I love this. What a beautiful scene. I want to live there. I want to live there. There's a river, this forest, and this beautiful glen. Ugh, I love, love, love. Look at the cat and the dog. You probably can't see it. They're hanging out together. Love that. Horse running free, freedom, forward movement, seagull. You know what? I've said this before with you guys. These are definitely, they look like seagulls, and I guess they're supposed to be swans, which means transformation. But seagull represents freedom too. So the horse running there makes me think of freedom. So anyway, put your energy into the basics and let go of excess. Okay, so this issue that we have, that we've been trying to figure out, maybe, as I said, you're trying too hard to figure stuff out, so they want you to break it down into a simple form. Don't look at the big picture. Take it one step at a time. Maybe that's why the horse is in there going across the field. Things have maybe gotten too complex, right? There's just too much going on. So they want you to kind of step back and focus on what you do know for sure. Don't ever assume. This is something that keeps coming to me because I get so many messages in my dreams, and I get so many messages from Spirit all the time, that I'm stringing together these stories, right? And I got the other day, things may not be as you think that you're seeing them. So if you don't know something for certain, don't assume. Step back. They're also asking you to put your focus on what you do know for sure. So, you know what you like, you know what you don't like, right? These are basics. So stay away from what you don't like and go towards what you do like. That's pretty simple. Maybe they're simplicity, maybe they're saying things have gotten too cluttered, so you need to clean something up, clean something out. This could be a room, a closet, a messy relationship, whatever it is, something needs to be cleaned out. Maybe there's a situation that is in need of being cleared out and dealt with, right? Because it's gotten too congested, it's causing havoc in your life. And also when you clean, or when you organize, or you remove things, it's shifting energy. So if you're feeling kind of stuck in your own, in your head, or you're stunted in your creativity or in your private life, they literally suggest, Spirit literally suggests cleaning out a closet or cleaning out some aspect in your house, because it allows the energy to move forward. Get rid of things that you don't use, that are just, keeping up dead space. This could be ideas, thoughts, actual items. And while you're at it, give some of these things away to a thrift store, because then you're giving at the same time. So you're clearing out as well as giving, and the universe always loves a cheerful giver, right? And whenever we give, we receive. It's all like a cycle. So these are all items that we want, or things that we want to pay attention to. And so when the clean, and also, like, I'm a neat freak, and this came up in my dream last night. I was making my bed. So it talks about, you talk about make your bed and lie in it, right? So I wanted to make my bed. I'm cleaning up this personal relationship, or what it is, and somebody said to me, do you always make your bed every day? And I said, yes, I do. And it was funny because I was talking to my father in my dream, and I said, you taught me to do this, and so this is what I do. When I get up in the morning, I make my bed. I like things clear. I like things clean. My father was a neat freak. I'm a neat freak. You want to call it obsessive compulsive disorder, I call it organized and clean, because when my space around me is cluttered, or if it's dirty, or I can't think, I can't relax. It's like your brain, it's like your computer. When you have too many files or too many, you got to clear your browsing history, right? Clear your browsing history. That's also your thinking. Clear it, get rid of it, clear it out, because it's gotten too congested. So when your area, your space, like your physical space around you is clean, neat, and organized, your mind thinks better. Same thing, you can, just jump to the next conclusion. You can figure out what I'm saying. There's like so many different ways you can take this. And as I said, it could be the simplicity is, the basics, because you're trying too hard to make something happen. You don't have to try so hard. What's yours comes to you. What's in your highest good should be smooth and easy. When you try too hard, you put up a block. Spirit helps us with the things that are supposed to be for us, and when it's not the time for it to be for us, it doesn't happen. So the more you try, it's like beating against a wall. It's not going to do anything. So focus on the simple things, and the rest of the other things. Like right now, they're saying, well, we'll take care of themselves. Got a little bit of rocking on the water. Okay. So the next message we have is creative. And you see all of these unicorns running, their waves. The great wave has come. I said that this morning. The great wave has come. Interesting. And it's coming towards the beach. And you see this little fairy sitting on the rock. So creative. Draw, paint, think, and act in creative ways. Okay. Is this still going? It is. It made a funny noise. I thought that it had possibly stopped. So if we're being asked to create, now creativity, that's connected to your sacral chakra, right? Your solar plexus, sacral chakra area, and they're asking you at this time to do something. So what are we going to do? We could to get your creativity going. We're all creative people. We all have the ability to create, and because this is how we express ourselves. So have we not been expressing ourselves? Have we been holding back something? It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what your creative outlet is. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be your soul expression. So they want you to spend a little bit more time being creative. So what do you do? Do you paint? Do you draw? Do you sing? Do you take pictures? I like that. I take pictures. I like doing that. I have a great camera. I have got to learn how to work my great camera, because I could be I take amazing pictures with my cell phone. I can't even imagine what my good camera would take. So maybe that's what I need to do, is take a creative, like a camera course to learn how to work my own camera. And also it could have something to do, my girlfriend Erica, she's writing, she's a writer. It could be writing a story. I have another friend, a client actually, I did a life coach session with her, and it spoke a lot about creativity, and she wrote me back this amazing letter, and she said, it was my story that I needed to write. I needed to get it out. And that was her way of expressing. That was her way of sharing her gift. And as I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And she said, oh, my spelling was probably horrendous, but it doesn't matter. She got her expression out. So I'm getting right now hit on, you don't have to be perfect in the way you express your feelings. My twin said to me one time, I don't express well over the net, like over the internet. I don't express well. And it's like, you don't have to express well. You just have to allow yourself to be to be heard. You'll be understood by the people who know you and who want to understand you, right? The ones who are able to understand you will understand you. You don't have to kill yourself trying to make people that don't get it understand what you're trying to do or what you're trying to say. And when you are creative and when you express yourself, you're happy because you're releasing this what you've been holding inside. It helps you see the world in different ways. Like when I take pictures, I find details later that I didn't even recognize, that my eye didn't catch. Now maybe I was focused on one particular thing, but now I look at the picture and I see more. And also, like my girlfriend Erica, when she paints, she'll paint something and I see something different. There's so many different things that you can see in a painting. It's like clouds. Remember when I take pictures of the clouds and I post them? I see dragons in the sky. I saw a liger in the sky. There's so many things that I see. And so this is a way for you to recognize the different messages that Spirit is bringing you. You know, and doing things the same way over and over again gets you in a rut. So to try different things, express yourself in different ways. It's a stress reliever, right? It's a stress reliever. That's why people play the guitar. That's why my son used to lock himself in the bathroom and play the guitar. And he would say, you know what, sometimes a guy just needs to lock himself in a bathroom and play a guitar. And I'm like, okay. He didn't want to be disturbed. It's like me in my cove. That was his cave, you know? Sometimes people have to go into their little cave in order to be creative and figure things out. So you need to respect their boundaries. There's the message there again. So my son, I guess, felt like his boundaries weren't being respected at the time, and he literally had to lock himself in a bathroom in order to express himself and get out what was inside of him that needed to be released. So, like I said, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you are expressing yourself and your creative flair the way you want. There goes Mr. Cormorant flying over his emotional waters. Love him. Love. There's I want to know what there's these little birds. I don't know what they are. They could be just finches, and I shouldn't just say just finches, but they've got the most brilliant colors. Uncle Phil would know. They're so little that I haven't gotten a shot of them because they move so quickly. But there's one that has been coming, and he sits up on my railing. So one day I'm going to catch him and I'll send it out to my Uncle Phil and say, what is this guy? Because that will be a totem for me for sure. He's sitting up on a branch up there right now. So there's a message that's been trying to get to me, and I guess it's not time for me to understand it yet. And when I am in the place where I'm supposed to really get it, he's probably going to come and sit on my railing long enough for me to take a picture of him and go ask Uncle Phil what he is. But he's beautiful. I saw a couple of them fighting today, so I'll have to remember that when I do see him again. Okay, we have two more messages. Happy thoughts. To feel happier right now, think about a memory or something else that makes you smile. Now, look how cool is this. This unicorn is sitting up on these stairs, up above the clouds, and there's like a castle over in the far distance to the left. See that? Where the sunset's going down, there's the castle. This reminds me of this cave that I found in Sedona. I call it Unity Cave. And one day I'd hiked up there with my friend John, my old next door neighbor, and we watched, it was kind of like a misty day, and we watched as the clouds rose, and we were literally above the clouds, and it looked like that. It was incredible. It's like being in an airplane. There's another one. Spring is definitely here, summer on the way. For all you people that are just getting snowed on again, I saw that this morning. Some people are getting snowed on. It's like, oh my gosh, and here I am about to go swimming. I'm sorry. So here you are up above. Now think about that. Think about these clouds. Everything else is down below. So rise above, right? Above the clouds, which means go up to spirit. Elevate your thoughts, and remember something pleasant. When you're remembering something pleasant, it lifts your vibration. It lifts your energy. It brings you to a happier place. I say this to my clients all the time. They're in a really, really bad place, and you know, you can say, well, do this, do that. I got one lady got really angry at first at me for saying that. And I said, look, you know, anything that I say to you, I practice myself. And I do understand you're not in a great place, you know, and it's difficult to shift from, you know, well, this, you know, I just lost my business and I've just gone through a horrific family breakup. And you want me to lift my thoughts and be happy right now? But you can say, even though I'm in this place, even though I'm feeling this way, I know things are going to get better. And yes, actually, yes. Think about something, anything that makes you happy. Anything. Because they will help you turn your life around. They will help you change your thinking. It's like fake it till you'll make it, right? And you can remember a time, like maybe you're in a place where you're feeling scared. Remember a time in your life where you felt very, very safe. Remember a time when you were in a bad situation and you didn't think you could get out of it, but you did get out of it. And you got onto the other side. You know, we choose we choose our thoughts. You can choose to be miserable or you can choose to be happy. There are those two little birds. It's them right there. I'm going to show this Uncle Phil. I know you guys can't see that. It's because they even look small to me. They look like they've got little swallow tails, little wisp tails, and they move very quickly over the water. They're not flycatchers. I know I just heard Uncle Phil, is it a flycatcher? No, it's not a flycatcher. It's smaller than a flycatcher, and it doesn't have the crest like a flycatcher has. So it's something different. Sorry for jumping that in right there. But I know he's going to be looking at this too when I send him the video. So the happier you get, right, the more quickly your energy changes and things around you shift. So it also is asking you to have happy thoughts about other people. Now remember, we've got somebody possibly who's in a difficult place, right? We wanted to see them wrapped in our favorite color. Well, don't see them in a difficult place. If you know that they are, see them wrapped in your favorite color. But now see them in your mind's eye. Close your eyes and see them in your mind's eye at a happy place. Oh, there it is. When they were smiling, see a picture of them smiling and hold that energy. Because when you hold that energy for them, our loved ones are connected to us. And if our energy is focused on them and we're remembering them in a happy place, it will affect their energy. So hold happy thoughts about them. Also choose to see good things about other people. You'll have better relationships, and it motivates people. I was talking to one of my life coach people yesterday, and there was difficulty, and I was saying, see it this way. You know that this is what's truly going on. Maybe these are the words that were spoken, but you know that's not the truth. Whoops, started to move. Wow, I almost ended that video. It scared me. You know that that's not the truth. That's just fear making that person act that way. See, it sounded like a bully, but it wasn't truly what it was. It was actually fear, and the person was scared, and so. You now know this because Spirit's showing you, yes, those words were said, but it wasn't really the truth of what was being felt. The truth is this person loves you. This person is afraid that they're going to lose you. This person is, worried that someone else is maybe is swooping in on you and feels bad about themselves. And it thinks that perhaps that, you would be happier going somewhere else. And you know that's not the truth of how you feel. So now that you see that, hold happy thoughts. See this person and you hugging. See you and this person laughing. Hold that energy and change and it changes the way you view them, the bully. I'm going back to the first one. It also changes the energy between you. And you can't help but shift what's going on when your energy goes to love. The question is, what would love do? It's always what would love do. As we got in the very beginning, love heals fear. Love heals anger. Love fixes everything. Love is the great healer. Right? So do whatever it takes for you to be happy. This makes me happy. That's why I like coming out and doing my readings out here. As I'm sitting here, I'm watching all of these other things that are just so beautiful, and it gives me reasons to be grateful, right? And so the more grateful you are, the happier you become. And gratitude manifests. It brings more. A happy, grateful soul brings more of that to them. Whatever you send out, you bring back. So if you're sending out that energy, you're going to bring that energy back to you. So do whatever you need to do to keep yourself happy. So when somebody's in a down place, when I'm doing a life coach session, I'll say to them, okay, you know what? You need to take care of you. You need to make sure that you're happy. You can't be taking care of everyone else if you yourself are already having a difficult time and you're going through this. So what would you be able to do that would make you feel good? Have a bubble bath, go get a pedicure, dance, sing, what is it that you need to do that makes you happy? Go outside. No matter what's going on for me, when I come outside, it's better. Everything is better when I come outside, always. And so for you to be a happy, joyful person, you're bringing more light into the world, and we are all a light. We want to shine our light in that way. When we're around and other people and we're happy, we lift their moods. Remember I said how, if you go into a small room or into even in a house or a cafe or whatever, and you, especially when you have so much, we all have this powerful energy, but ones who are awakened have much more vibrant, intensified frequency. So if we are affected in a negative way and we go into a small surrounding, we can affect that entire room negatively. But in the reverse as well, we go into a smaller space or we go into a room and we are holding a loving, happy vibration, and our frequency is high and up, we elevate everybody else's mood. So we affect the world in a positive way. That's why they say shine your light, right? Shine your light. That's, to me, how you shine your light, is by being happy and being bright and optimistic and joyful. That's what affects the world in a positive way. So what happy thoughts can you think of right now? Start focusing on them. Whatever they are, focus on them. Okay, The last one, I love this. This is my favorite card in the entire deck. Always has been. Worth waiting for. You see this beautiful Appaloosa and this girl at the coast, and she's got a fox in her lap and a fox on twin foxes. Interesting. This beautiful girl. Your patience will be rewarded. So whatever you've been waiting for is going to be worth waiting for. Fox talks about the fox talks about adaptability, and so adapt to the changes that are happening in your life as best you can. We don't always know what's coming, so stay open. Keep an open heart and mind. So that you're able to be flexible and adaptable to the things that are going on and the things that may arrive in your life. And what else does fox have to say? You know, they say wily like a fox. They're cunning. They're smart. They're intuitive. They know how to camouflage. They there's those two again. Ugh, they're always together. Look at them. Uncle Phil. There's one right there. So it's got a red belly. What is that bird? I have to find out what that bird is. So we saw 3 of them. I have to find out. Here goes another party boat. Okay. The fox. Cunning, alert. They know how the art of camouflage. They are sensitive. They're playful. So these are all qualities and things that you need to think about. So, what it is that you want. You've been waiting for something, and you know what you want, right? Remember we said we know what we want, we know what we don't want? Well, whatever it is that you've been wanting and you've been waiting for, your patience is about to pay off, is what Spirit's saying. You're soon going to have what it is that your heart has been desiring, and it's probably going to be much better than you even have imagined. I've been getting that from Spirit myself, that it's what's coming to you is not, it's unlikely to be how you are imagining it. There's the cormorant. It's unlikely to be how you are imagining it. It's going to be better because Spirit has, because we often don't expect enough for ourselves. Spirit is always telling me, expect more for yourself, not less. So whatever it is that Spirit, you know, and we have thoughts in mind, we have things in mind, and often Spirit will say, you know, don't put a box on this. Don't put Spirit in a box, and don't have a fixed expectation, because your fixed expectations are causing a delay, because it's outside of the realm of what you are imagining it's going to be. Spirit has something better in mind. So keep yourself open. Keep your heart open and your mind open, right? They're telling us everything happens at the perfect time. So what you've been waiting for had to do with timing. It had to do with maybe other people involved. Maybe they had to be ready as well, or maybe situations had to unfold in order for your prayers to be answered the way you wanted. And now that all the patience and trust and faith that you have had in what you have been shown and what you've been asking for is going to be rewarded. So for now, until all of the puzzle pieces fit together, they're wanting us to keep our thoughts happy, see the light, keep our thoughts focused in the direction that we want things to be. Don't think about anything negative. I always say that with the people that I deal with on my work site on a daily basis. Don't think about what you don't want to bring about. Think about what you want to bring about. Don't think about the fear. If there's fear, hand it to Spirit. I said to my client yesterday, they asked you to do this, and so you did this. Okay, well now they're telling you to let it go. Now they're telling you to surrender it. So now you say, okay, I've done what you asked me to do. Now I'm giving it to you. I'm going to have you fix this. So you take it, and I don't know how you're going to do it. I'm not even going to try and figure out how you're going to do it. There goes the bird. Oh, I need a closer shot. Bring him closer, please. I don't even want to know how not that I don't want to know, because I always want to know, but I don't have to know how it is that you're going to figure this out. I just know that you are. You're going to make this work because you promised that you are, and I'm going to trust you, right? And if you have got fear, ask the angels to help you deal with that and take that away from you. And when you're waiting for something, when you know what you want, like yesterday, I keep thinking about floating in that canoe. My comment to the group of guys in the boat, I said, they see a girl's legs hanging over a single girl legs hanging over the side of the boat, and they figure, oh, well, let's pick up on her. Oh, gosh, come over here, you stinky little guy. He's eluding me. See, the more I try, the less he's going to be here, so I just have to wait for him to come. And they're saying, come on, I want to party, you want some beer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, if I wanted to play with you, I don't want to play with you. If I wanted to play with you, I would be out there playing with you. That was a very loud message for me to state to the universe and to people who keep kind of encroaching on my personal boundaries. I don't want to play with you. I have somebody in my heart, And that's where my heart is 100%. I'm not interested in playing with anybody else. And what I'm asking for is definitely worth waiting for. Right? I could have settled for something less, because for me it would be less. They would be less. Anyone would be less than what my heart is set on. So I'm not going to settle. So don't you settle. You know what you want. Don't settle for less than what you know you want and what you deserve. You know, you could have gotten good enough. Why should you ever settle? Why should we ever settle for less than what is in our highest good? We never should. Oh, watch him, Mr. Cormorant. Oh, it's so cool. Isn't that neat? If I could do anything, I would fly. That's the coolest thing ever. That's why I like on the canoe, it's like flying across the water. So anyway, about settling, never settle, because we deserve the best. We all deserve the best. We absolutely do. I realized a while back that past lives, I took a vow of poverty, and I took a vow of chastity. I was a monk in a past life, and I recognized, you know, my whole life I said, you know, I don't really care. Money doesn't mean anything. Things don't mean anything to me. And my emphasis, but I was kind of putting a block, and somebody said to me, you need to release that, because you've got a negative concept of money. There's nothing wrong with money. You know, money is energy, and we need it to work in this world. And I thought, you know what, you're right. You're right. Why should I have to struggle? And I've always said to Spirit, I wish that I could be financially independent so that I could do this work and not worry about paying my bills. I don't get paid for doing this. I wonder if you guys realize that. I don't get paid for running any of my pages or for doing this. This is my soul's path. I do this for Spirit. I do this for you. I do this for love. I do this because it lifts and it helps lift the vibration and the frequency of everyone, and we're all connected. And if I could do this and not be stressing out about having to pay my bills, that would be a great gift for me. So I have decided, you're right, you know what? I'm not going to push money away. When money comes at me, and it's coming now, and it comes freely now. But I had a block with it for a very long time. I had my camera turned around, and that little stinking bird was right by in front of my boat. So release, if you feel like you've got that kind of a mindset. I always said, you know, and it's not that I'm focused on money. That's not the thing. I've never been focused on things. But I like nice things. I like pretty things. I don't want to be in poverty. There's no reason anyone should be in poverty. There's no reason that anyone should struggle, right? We deserve the best. So I accept it gratefully. And so should you. So that's our reading. I'm going to turn this camera around to see if I can catch that little stinky. There he is over there again. Come over here. If you'd like to follow me, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Google+, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook under Angels Whisper Sherry Columbus. My website is www.thewhispersofangels.com. See him? Stinker. My email address is Sherry Columbus, SherryColumbus. And if you would like to go to my website, if I could help you with dream analysis, or if I could help you with life coaching or a private reading, I would be honored. It's my life's work. And leave me, figure out the amount of time you would like me to work with you, and then you go to, payment at the top. It takes you to my PayPal account, and as I said, my email address, sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com. If you want to reach me, it's best to write to me there and tell me what it is that you want. I get it right away. And if I don't answer you right away, and I mean the same day, do write to me on my email address. I think that's it. There was something else I was going to tell you about my hair. Okay, remember I cut my hair, my long hair? It is a nightmare to do my hair. When my hair was long, it was so easy. It was easy. And I miss my long hair. Your hair is your psychic antennae. It was getting dense and weighed down, and it wasn't healthy. Now it's incredibly healthy. But I miss my long hair. I know it will grow back. It's very short for me right now. It's really strange. I mean, it's like literally 8 inches shorter than it normally is. And when I go to style it, it's very difficult for me to style. And it's all, it's hard for me to do. It takes a lot of time. And it's interesting because usually I think when people have shorter hair, it's supposed to be easier, but it's not. I'm so used to my longer hair. So, to me, as I was doing my hair, I was thinking about that analogy. I was thinking about, when we are used to doing things in our life, our hair is, when you get your hair cut, in a dream analysis, cutting your hair is changing ideas or changing the way you do things. So you're used to doing things a certain way. It's easy. You know, it may not be healthy for you. It may, you may not be, it may be, you know, dumbing you down or holding you back. It may not suit you. It may not be in your highest good, but you're used to it. You can work with it. It's easy for you to work with. It's quick, it's easy, it's fast. And when you get your hair cut, or when you change your ideas, or when you try something different, it's harder, right? You got to put more effort into it, to style it, to learn it, to figure it out. Now, you can grow this shorter, this new style, this new way of thinking. Oh, wow. That was a flycatcher. He was cool, though. I thought it was my little bird. That would have been just way too cool if he had just landed on a branch. I shouldn't have moved my camera so quickly. He wouldn't have run away. It's another thing. Be subtle, Sherry. There's that bird. There he is. So, your new way of thinking, right? Your new way of doing things, your new ideas. I'm thinking about spirituality. It's a challenge when you first begin to learn a new way. It's hard. You're changing your lifestyle. You're changing the way you look at things. You're changing the way you handle things, and it's difficult. But as you get used to it, as my hair starts to grow longer again, it's going. Oh, and also I have to tell you this: the reason my hair had to be cut, the reason it wasn't healthy, was because I had dyed it a darker color, and I wanted to go back to natural. I wanted to go back to my hair color. So I was trying. So basically, it's kind of like you were being someone that you weren't naturally, right? And now you want to go back to who you truly are. So it's kind of like me as I was raised one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I started out as a hippie child, and my mother married my stepfather, and he was a Jehovah's Witness, and it changed my entire lifestyle. And when I went back to who I really am, which is this is who I really am, it was very difficult for me. My son doesn't speak to me. My family's cut me off. I've had to learn a whole new way of life. I love my life. I love the way I see things. I love the connection I have. I know it's in my highest good. It's healthy for me. My hair is incredibly healthy, right? My way of thinking is very healthy, but it was challenging. It was not simple. The best things in life require work. Things aren't always going to be easy. My friend that I did the life coach session for that was having difficulty with her husband, he said, you know, marriage isn't always easy. It's hard work. And that's true in anything. In relationships, in business relationships, in lifestyle changes, in new creative businesses, in any relationship, anything new it's going to require. It's a challenge. But we want a challenge. We want to reach. Spirit wants us to reach. They want us to stretch. They want us to go after what is in our highest good, and not go the easy way. You know, taking the easy route. Don't ask me ever which direction you want to go if you want to play it safe, because I will never say play it safe. I will always say take a risk. Take the risk. Go out on the edge. Take a leap of faith. Spirit's there to catch you. We are here one go around in this lifetime. I've come back several times. This is my last go around here. But one go around in this lifetime. So live it. Live it to the best that you can. Be the best that you can. Reach as far as you can. Change your style. Change your view. Try something different. Yes, it's going to be challenging. Yes, it's going to be hard, but you can learn to work with it. And now when my hair grows out long again, it's going to be healthy because it's my natural. It's not going to be this dark, energy that I was holding on to that wasn't really who I was. You know, I thought I liked it. I thought it looked good. It made my eyes stand out, but it wasn't naturally who I was. I was a lighter energy. I needed to be a lighter energy. This is my natural who I am. So that was the message I got when I was doing my hair today. You know, there's so many messages that we get all day long from Spirit. So pay attention to the stuff that happens in your own personal life, just your mundane, everyday things. I talk to myself a lot, out loud. As I was blow drying my hair, I was saying, God, this should be easier. Why is this so difficult? It should be easier. And we say that a lot. You know, if this is supposed to work, why is it so hard? You know, if this is meant to be, why is it so hard? Just because something is difficult doesn't mean it's not meant to be. Just because it's a challenge and you've got to struggle and you've got to work at something, it just means that the work that you put in it, it's going to pay off. Whatever effort you put into something, you will get back. It's just the way it is. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go upload this because it's starting to rock and roll here, and I wanted to row around and before the waves got wild again. So you guys have a fabulous day. I hope this was helpful. I know it was. It was helpful for me. I heard stuff in my own voice when I was speaking, and when I upload this, I'll probably hear more. I always do. So you guys have a great day. We'll talk again. Peace, love, and turquoise light. I said goodbye? No. Doesn't want to say goodbye. I did this last time. All right. One more spin around. What are we supposed to see? What are we supposed to see? Look at the buds. They've grown on my branches. So the new growth. Remember just a little while ago we had just the bare little sprouts that were starting to show? Remember that message that said that we were coming out of a difficult time and right now we didn't see a lot. We just saw maybe just the first little shoots. Well, look how quickly things change, right? And now it's full. That's a good message. Okay, now I'm going to say goodbye.